Hello, my name is Lona and I'm a groomer in Forest View Vet Clinic in Makala. This is a dog called Rocco, a male Japanese Spitz. Today we are grooming it. The facts of grooming, first you start the procedure of grooming. First you start with combing the hair, brushing the hair thoroughly before you wash it to untangle any hair that is there and to straighten the hair before you put it in the water, because when you put it in the water, when it's tangled, it will be more tangled and it will be more painful for the dog to untangle it. After cleaning, you brush still while cleaning. After cleaning, dry it with a towel first to prevent the dog from feeling cold. The next thing you do is you can brush it first before you use a blow dryer, or use a blow dryer while brushing it. So I'm going to start with now the Rocco is already cleaned, brushed first, cleaned. Now it's time to dry it and brush more and continue the groom. Grooming includes first of all, identifying the dog's condition. When the hair is too much, when the loss of hair is high, there is a high chance the dog is not so healthy. When it comes to brushing again, you take off you see this dog's skin condition. You can be able to view it and identify if there is any problem with it. That when brushing, most of the brushes like this one can take off the fleas. So when you brush it, you check the skin and you brush it. It will take off most of the fleas, and if there is any problem with the fleas, you can take up now and do that. The next importance of grooming is just to make the dog look beautiful, and then he looks so beautiful when you groom it. The most important fact about grooming a dog, when it's on the grooming table or wherever you are grooming it, it has to be comfortable. If it's not comfortable, the dog even will hate it. They will hate the grooming process. Okay, I will use these scissors to cut at the bottom. It cuts unevenly, so there won't be a straight line of where the fur was cut. See? is to even out the fur, the coat, so it doesn't look offset. For the back, German Spitz tend to have a bush of fur. Just make it close and shape it. That gets a very beautiful behind. Any size the owner desires. Some owners come and say you shave everything. You just remain a small coat. So I'm saying not. Now I'm going to trim the nails. The nails are important to trim because a dog can have an injury and the nail are the most infected if it's hit on the leg. The nail might become septic and affect the dog's health. And also they grow so much that they curl inside out. You find it's hurting the dog a lot. So you cut. I use this nail trimmer to cut it. This is a filing machine for the nails to have a good shape. Then file it. It's scared, but you file it, and the dog looks perfect. Stay. Okay. Now the fur is dried completely. The dog can go to play immediately after this till it gets dirty.
So how often do you wash?
I wash with you have to wash with hot water, not so hot, just enough for the dog. First you brush the hair thoroughly. We prefer this brush, this and this brush. This was for brushing before washing, to make sure the coat is straight, it's untangled, and you've dispersed most of the dust, mostly the dust. Make sure it's clean, it's accessible easily. You can open inside and check without anything preventing you. So the next step, you make sure the water is hot. Most of the dogs are afraid of water, so make sure it's comfortable, put it in a comfortable manner. Scrub it, put shampoo this manner to prevent the hair from tangling. And after washing, before rinsing, you can use this comb, the larger part, to pass it through. You can also brush it with a brush. It helps to straighten the hair and to make it clean anyway. Rinse. Make sure you use a suitable, something favorable for the dog's skin, not to make it sick. Dry it immediately to prevent it from getting a cold. Make sure it's dry. Then complete drying is done using the blow dryer. Yeah. Then from there, just make sure the dog is comfortable on your grooming table and groom it to the end.
So how often should your dog spot?
Okay, it depends on the type of the dog you have and where it is staying. It might be, okay, like, let me give an example with Japanese Spitz. They tend to lose a lot of hair. They play a lot. They are wild when it comes to playing. So there is a lot of dirt, there is a lot of, maybe it was playing outside, scratching, there is dirt all over, it has gone in the water. So it takes 2 weeks, every 2 weeks, grooming. But for combing, you can brush a dog and not wash it. So brushing only without washing it, you can brush it each week. With that, you prevent the hair from flying all over, and you'll get close to your dog, because brushing it every week, that means you have to be with it for almost 30 minutes just brushing it, and the relationship grows between you and your dog. And for brushing, anyone can do it at home here, but the grooming you can learn. But it's good for the dog to get a grooming at least twice a week. We start with the equipments used for grooming, the major ones. There is a grooming table. This one is adjustable for the dog size. It can go up if the groomer is short, or lower, or if the dog is big, see it as a size. And this one can go higher. This one is for holding the dog in place. It's a leash to hold the dog in place, not to move a lot around the grooming table, to stay in one position. Okay. This is a blow dryer to dry the dog completely after you have dried it with a towel. So you start with the drying with the towel first, the excess water to come off. You blow dry the dog with a very small wave, not so loud, very small, so the dog cannot get scared. Okay, this is a trimmer, groomer's trimmer. It has all the sizes for the size you want: 6, 8, 9, 12. This is rechargeable, so it's easy to move around and small, handheld, and doesn't scare the dog. When it's so huge, the dog might get scared. This is groomer's trimmer. No, I don't know. But it's a rake. These are rake. These two are rakes. They collect most of the. They're good for flea removal. This one, this and this. These are best for flea removal and for straightening the hair, removing any tangles. When washing, these are the best. When washing, when it's as shampoo and everything, after it has dried, this one is when it's dry before washing and after washing, is the best to remove the excess hair, the flying hair. Sorry. These two has the same work. This is used also to untangle before washing. It's the best. It gets the hair flowing. Okay. This is a rake to remove now the excess hair, which you remove, then you push the hair out. To remove. It's not as strong as this one. It's used to remove. When you are done, completely done, you can just comb off the flying hair that was remaining, or the hair that you have trimmed already and it's still remaining. This is the best to remove it with. This is a nail clipper for the nails. You cut the nails. It's okay, this one is for cats and small dogs. A big dog might not be able to cut with this. This is a nail file. After cutting the nails, they are rugged. You press this, they file the dog so well. Now these are the scissors. The curved ones are mostly for when you're designing the dog, maybe you want a certain shape on the face. These are the best to trim with, but you have to be careful. They're the first time groomer. These are straight scissors. The straight scissors used to trim the legs and the back, and the bottom and the legs. You shave with these. This one is for equalizing. After maybe you've shaved somewhere with this, with the straight scissors, and it look like a scissors just passed there. You pass it through with this one. It makes it equal and not so obvious that the dog has come from being trimmed the hair. Yeah, just it. For the ear, okay, I'll talk about the ear and the eye care. The ears, you don't wash with flowing water, like you pour water on it and the water goes to the ears. You take a, okay, they're already clean now, but you take a dry, a wet cotton swab and you wipe with the cotton. For both the ears, the eyes also too, you take a dry cotton, then you wipe here for any dirt that is there. For the ears, you can, how will I say, for beauty purposes, you just trim the upper part of the ear to make it clear. So when the dog faces you like this part is clear and they look more beautiful actually. Okay. The problem, the clippers, and they become silent, I guess the dogs will be more participating in these things. Yeah. So that's all about grooming. Just make sure the dog is happy, healthy, not suffering on the grooming table. There'll be no point to it. Yeah. By the end of it, the hair is flowing, not tangled, not that, just smooth.